Whether you are hitting the road, taking to the skies, or just enjoying a staycation here at home, you may have some company because it will be very busy all over really the entire country. So we do have team coverage for you this morning on everything you need to know. Nicole Hernandez is at the Spokane International Airport with what to expect if you're flying out of town.
Now, if you're headed down to Pullman this weekend for the first Cougar football game of the year and Vandals football game, we got to be fair here. Malia Kamal has you covered in Spokane. But first, let's get right over to meteorologist Thomas Patrick with your Labor Day forecast. Good morning, Thomas.
Yeah, good morning, Channy, Tim, everybody. Happy Friday out there weather-wise. Feels comfortable this morning, but we are in for a very hot day for today as temperatures could soar close to the triple-digit mark again this week. Remember, we already hit it on Wednesday on the final day of August. Well, today will be rather close yet again. It is quite hazy if you're looking out in the distance as well. That is not going to change. So if you've noticed those hot and hazy conditions from the last couple days, same story, just amping up both those factors again today. Heat advisories for the inland northwest as high temperatures could climb as hot as about 102 degrees for the second time this week. So Wednesday's weather and today's weather are going to be quite comparable overall. I forecast 99 in Spokane, which would be a record high for today. A record high, by the way, 97 degrees. So we're already forecasting to beat that by 2 degrees. And that is a pretty significant margin when it comes to record-breaking heat in the forecast. So sunny and hazy conditions all day long today. And while the weekend won't be quite as hot, it will be windy. We have elevated fire danger. We're also tracking a chance for showers and storms, so I'll show you how that might affect your Labor Day plans or your tailgating forecast on the Palouse. Those details are in a couple minutes.
This morning, we are tracking a wildfire burning near Colville. We do know that the fire started sometime on Wednesday night.
At last check, that fire has burned 3,000 acres. It's burning east of Colville and north of Chewelah. Now, fire officials have issued level 3 evacuations west of Highway 20 near Locke. DNR says that the area that's being evacuated is rural, but there are some homes and campgrounds there. They are emphasizing that people should stay out of the area so that fire crews can do their job. We are expecting to hear an update from DNR later this morning. Tomorrow, the Battle of the Palouse is back, and if you plan on driving today or tomorrow, you will want to plan ahead. Yesterday, WSDOT East tweeted out about the game, and they said Highway 195 and State Route 26 will be open fully for people heading to the game. Now this morning, KREM 2's Malia Kamal is joining us from Highway 195. Malia, what do drivers need to know ahead of this big weekend?
Well, they need to know that many construction projects have been put on pause. Now, I want to tell you I'm on 195, and right behind me, you can see a Go Coug sign. So you know that football season is here. Now, I spoke to Joe McHale from WSDOT about road conditions. He says WSDOT knows that college football is huge in the inland northwest, so they factored in football season with their construction projects. Now, on 195 and SR 26, construction projects have been put on pause. McHale says that cones have been moved aside, but drivers still need to watch out for construction equipment. He says planning ahead is the best way to have a smooth ride.
A good way folks can prepare and plan ahead for traveling this weekend is to use our WSDOT app. Through that, you can access real-time travel and you can sign up for alerts on specific routes that will tell you if there's a crash, if there's construction, if there's backup, to help you get to where you want to go on time.
McHale says that while 195 is the most well-known route, Highway 27 can get you there as well. It might take you a little bit longer, but it's very scenic. He also says, well, you can also use Highway 95. Now, we recommend those two routes if you're traveling from Spokane Valley or North Idaho. In Spokane, Malia Kamal, KREM 2 News.
The Battle of the Palouse has a storied history that started all the way back in 1894. Now, it's not super clear how the rivalry game started, but a 1959 Lewiston Tribune article says originally WSU had been coached to play rugby, but U of I played football. Somehow the two teams decided that they wanted to play against each other, so they played an informal game in the spring of 1983, and then the first official Battle of the Palouse game was played in 1984. For 122 years, Pullman and Moscow would shut down so everyone in town could watch the game. Originally, the rivalry started with football, but then eventually expanded to basketball as well. And starting in 1938, it became a tradition for students from the losing school to walk to the winner's college and perform the victor's fight song. But that changed in 2016. At the time, the University of Idaho was in the FBS Sun Belt Conference. They were already in discussions among both football programs if it was worth playing the game since the teams were in separate conferences. The conference decided to not renew their football contract beyond the 2017 season. Idaho ended up joining the Big Sky Conference in 2018, making them an FCS team. A game was scheduled for 2020, but it was canceled because of the pandemic. Now, for the first time in 6 years, the Cougs will face the Vandals on the gridiron at Martin Stadium.
Spokane is ranked number 7 as this year's top travel destination for Labor Day, and there are plenty of activities happening around town for everyone to enjoy. First up is Pig Out in the Park. It is making its big comeback. The food festival runs until Monday in Riverfront Park, and the Spokane Symphony will also be having 2 free concerts this weekend. One will be on Saturday at Pavilion Park in Liberty Lake at 3 p.m. and on Monday at Comstock Park at 6 p.m. Also, the Spirit Lake Labor Day Parade starts at 11 a.m. on Sunday. There will be vendors and even a car show. The parade starts at the corner of 3rd and Main Street.
Just about 6:08 here. Let's take a look at your morning rush. More news in less time. Right now, Idaho health officials are issuing a warning for people visiting Spirit Lake. The lake has high levels of toxic blue-green algae. The algae is a type of bacteria harmful to humans and animals. Doctors say the algae could cause skin irritation, allergic reactions, and even liver damage if you ingest the water or swim in the lake. Looking ahead now, Spokane City Council will consider a new sit and lie ordinance at their next meeting. The new proposal would prohibit camping within 50 feet of downtown viaducts. It would also make camping illegal within 3 blocks of a shelter or anywhere a police officer deems as a substantial danger or immediate threat. The council will take up the ordinance on September 19th. The Kootenai County tax assessor's pay got cut in half for failure to perform the duty of his office. The Coeur d'Alene Press says starting on October 1st, the assessor's pay will drop from $90,000 per year to $45,000 per year. This comes after the assessor's office delivered 2022 property value assessments a month behind schedule. And that's a look at your morning rush.